Hi there, Caroline here. I'm just going to do a semi-supine talk through constructive rest. I hope you will find it helpful. You can do this once or twice a day, and for anything from 5 minutes to 20 minutes, depending on how much time you've got. It's very useful, and I think the words constructive rest really sum up what it is. It is resting, but also it's a way to rejuvenate your body, and just allow your body to connect with your mind and to generally realign. So I'm going to start on the table. You can take some books. I've got some quite thin paperback books here. You can use a normal sized paperback, but really the rule of thumb is that you don't have too many books, so that when your head is resting on them, that your chin is coming down towards your chest and sort of constricting your throat, and conversely, if you haven't got enough books, your chin ends up sticking up to the ceiling. So it's sort of a matter of trial and error, but have a go at it. If you have someone around, you can just ask them to take a look at the back of your neck when you're lying down, and just to see if it's parallel with the top of the table. So you can use a towel or something just to make it a little more comfortable for you. I'm doing this on my table. I will do another video showing you how to get down onto the floor if you're doing your semi-supine on the floor, and it's best to do it on some sort of comfortable carpet or on a yoga mat. So I can show you that, but I'll also be showing you how to come up off the floor as well. So it's finding that 5 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever it might be, just to have a little moment on your own. Just to de-stress and rejuvenate. So coming to lie down, try and come down nice and easily, and take a bit of time to get comfortable, because you're going to be there if you can spare the time for a little while. So readjusting the books to feel comfortable, and the book should be just at the base of your skull, so you can feel with your fingers where the bones are, the base of the skull, and the books should be around about there. The knees are heading towards the ceiling, and the hands you can place on your tummy or a little bit higher up on your diaphragm, and it's just allowing the hands to melt onto the tummy, sending the knees up to the ceiling and the feet flat on the ground. So I always really like to start my semi-supine with 3 really nice deep breaths. So sort of breathing in through the nose, filling the lungs, and out through the mouth. And almost you can sigh if you like. It's actually really lovely just to let go of any tension that you might have in your body, any holding anywhere. Thinking about that out breath being a little bit longer than the in breath. And as you're breathing out, just allowing those muscles to let go. eyes open, or if you find it more comfortable, just allow the eyes to gently close. So just coming back to a really nice, even, steady breathing. Not changing your breathing. Just allowing that very nice, natural breathing in and out. Just being aware of the crown of the head and the tail. So it really is the sort of sitting bones. That's the whole of your torso. You can actually, if you like, put your head on your hand on the crown of your head, and the other hand on a sitting bone here. And just really being aware of that lengthening of the spine as you're lying there. So just a moment of quietness while you tune into your body, into that natural breath, allowing the spine to lengthen, the shoulders to release onto the table, feeling the weight of your head being supported by the books, knees heading up towards the ceiling, and allowing the femur, the big thigh bone, to drop back into the hip sockets, and the feet are easy, released, and the hold of the foot is on the table or the floor. So constructive rest or semi-supine, it's a place where you are resting, like I said, but also you're giving yourself direction. So the mind obviously will wander. Every now and then you can bring it back and give yourself those directions. So messages from the brain to the body. And one of the main things about directions is that you're not pushing your body, you're not forcing your body to do anything. You're asking it or allowing it to release onto the floor. I'm thinking about gravity doing its work. So thinking about the crown of the head to the feet. Just allowing the fingers to lengthen and the palm of the hand to soften, and softening in the wrists and the elbows and the shoulders. Just thinking about releasing around the neck, so both the front and the back of the neck. Just releasing and not doing anything. So you have support of the books underneath your head and the table or the floor underneath the rest of your body. So the neck can be free. So it's letting go of any holding around the neck, shoulders and face. So just softening the eyes and the the muscles around the eyes, the eye sockets if your eyes are open, And if they're closed, again, just really think of releasing around the eyelids. Just allowing the breath to come in and out naturally through the nose, in through the nose and out through the nose. Really think about releasing around the jaw. A lot of tension is held in the jaw and possibly grinding of teeth. So just allowing a little bit of space between the top set of teeth and the lower set of teeth. Tongue loose in the mouth, maybe the tip of it is resting on the back of the lower set of teeth. Thinking of the back of the pelvis, so there's no pushing down to think that your spine, the whole of the spine has to be on the table. You're going to have a natural curvature at the lower section of your back. But it's allowing the spine to do what it wants to do without you pushing. So again, just have a little thought for the knees heading towards the ceiling and having that ease of movement around the hip sockets. Thinking about the feet, the toes spreading onto the table, softening across the top of your foot, so the top of the arch, and just allowing the feet to melt onto the floor or the table. So really nice, easy breathing. So allowing, sometimes you can feel the back of your rib cage as you're breathing in. You can feel it expanding onto the table or the floor or the mat as you're breathing in, and softening as you're breathing out. Every now and then you can just really feel that lovely length at the back of your head, the crown of the head leading. So I always like to just allow one leg at a time to release onto the table or floor in order to really have that lovely long release from the crown of the head to the toes. So just gently left or right leg, keeping the foot flat on the table for as long as possible. Slowly release one leg onto the floor. So lengthening. And again, just checking in that you haven't tensed up or you're not holding anything as you're moving that leg. And just flexing the foot to allow that lovely length, and just releasing, giving the weight onto the table or floor. Really feeling that opening up on this side of the hip flexors, the psoas muscles, and just letting everything go. And then with the opposite, so if you have the right leg down, take the left arm up so that the fingertips are heading towards the ceiling. And again, just really releasing any tension you've got in that left shoulder. You can open your arm so that the back of the hand is flat on the floor. Obviously I'm on the table, so it's a little bit more awkward, but just really opening up across this diagonal line from the left shoulder to the right hip, all the way down the right hand side of the thigh and down to the foot, Or you can come into a really nice cactus arm position. So it's just having the elbow on the mat and the back of the hand on the floor with the fingers pointing in that direction towards the wall behind you. And here you can just lie and really enjoy this very nice feeling of opening up diagonally across the body. So you can stay there for 2 or 3 minutes. And then just slowly taking the right leg in and back up to the same position, and then slowly taking the left hand back and placing it on your tummy, and then just repeat it with the left leg extending down the mat, and again just flex the toe and really get that lovely length all the way from the crown of the head down the spine into the pelvis, hip socket, knee, ankle, foot. Right arm comes up, and again you can open the hand out to flat, or you can come into a very nice cactus position and just enjoy for 2 or 3 minutes that opening up diagonally across the body. A right shoulder going down to the left hip, along the outside of the left thigh, knee, and into the foot. So gently bringing that leg back in and folding the right arm back in and just resting it on the abdomen, on the tummy muscles. Just noticing the width of the pelvis. And again, if the mind wanders, just bring it back to those really nice, easy directions. Just stay for as long as you feel comfortable. I'm going to gently roll over onto one side. So a nice easy way of doing it is just shifting the whole of the pelvis to one side, to the left or to the right. And as you roll over, take your arm up, and you can use that as a support, or just put your head back in alignment. Again, take a little bit of time to get comfortable and just pause in this position for a minute. You're going to use this hand to push yourself back to sitting, but just thinking, imagining having a pencil on the crown of your head, and you're going to draw this beautiful arc all the way up to sitting, and trying to do it in one go. So taking the legs around, obviously it's different if you're on a mat, and like I said, I'll show you another way of getting up if you're on a mat on the floor. But taking the legs around and pushing up, and again just pausing for a moment, keeping that length in the spine, the calmness, really enjoying the length of the spine and all those little sacs of liquid between the vertebrae have filled up with liquid again. So coming up off the floor, if you're on the floor, Slowly, slowly, easy, coming to standing. Feeling the feet on the ground. Releasing in the neck. Calm, softening down the front. Crown of the head leading. Shoulders releasing away from each other. Enjoying the rejuvenated, realigned body. I hope that's been helpful for you. I'm going to try and do a little bit more posting on Instagram, but I'll send you my links on an email. Just a few tips that I'm going to be going through over the next few weeks. Thanks very much.